Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. Kind of crazy. I know I say that a lot, but time sure flies. We're at the end of spring break already, the end of March. Unbelievable, going back to the last 2 months of school. But what's in 2 weeks, boys and girls? April 12th, our Easter extravaganza. Peter and I, as always, we are excited for the time that we get to interact with you. Obviously, we enjoy what we do here, but it is much more fun when we get to interact with you in person. So, hope to see you April 12th, 10 a.m. We're in Nehemiah, and Peter has a bit of rubble here to take care of, but we better see what Nehemiah has to say about the rebuilding of the wall. And how'd you do this last week with working, boys and girls? Did you do pretty well? Some of you probably did. Some of you, I'm sure, well, all of us can always work on improving. So, we have our enemies, the bad guys. Chapter 4, verse 1. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth, and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren in the army of Samaria and said, What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Okay, so Sanballat, he's like trying to gather an army. Okay, boys and girls, you ever been upset about something and you go tell somebody else because you want them to join your side? Yeah, we've probably all been guilty of that at some point. We want to get people on our side because we're upset about something. Verse 3, Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone. Oh boy, our fox ran away. He shall even break it down. They said basically what they're doing is so. Our fox. Poor Peter. They said it's so weak. So basically they're mocking and they're making fun, boys and girls, that the fox was even going to tear down their wall. It was so weak. So verse 4, Nehemiah comes back with a response. It says, Hear, O our God. What does he do when he gets mocked, boys and girls? He runs to God. He calls out to God. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. And cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So he runs to God. He says, God, this is what they're doing. Don't let them get away with this. God, this is your plan. You wanted me to build this wall, and now they're making fun of me for it. Verse 6, So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof. For the people had a mind to work. Boys and girls, we talked about it last week with work. These people had a mind to work. They put their mind to it. They were determined to get the job done and to do what they were supposed to do. As we said, the people had a mind to work. Verse 7, But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth. Okay, before it's like, we'll just make fun of them. We'll just tease them. They'll stop. But did the people stop? No. Even when they were getting made fun of, they kept working and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. So they said, all right, we mocked them, we made fun of them, it didn't work. But let's get this people group and that people group, and let's build an army, and then let's go fight them. So that's what the bad guys are doing now. Verse 9, Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. Boys and girls, we saw earlier in the chapter, just in these few verses, Nehemiah gets mocked, the people are getting mocked, and Nehemiah runs to God. Well, what did we just see in verse 9? All of the people are running to God to pray. Nehemiah had set a good example before the people, and now it says ye. The people are going to God and they're praying and they're asking for help. Nehemiah was a good example, and the people followed. The people did what Nehemiah did because Nehemiah was a good leader leading them to the Lord. So boys and girls, we see the peer pressure that came with the mocking and the making fun. Boys and girls, when people make fun of you at school or try to pressure you into doing something that's wrong, run to God, talk to God about it. And then boys and girls, when the opposition gets harder, God is still there. God will never, ever leave you or forsake you. Whatever your struggle is, run to God with it and pray about it. God wants to help you and he wants to hear your prayer.